what do you think about all the narrative of how Bill is portrayed to players? Do you like you're saying something completely opposite of basically what everything is been coming out about, like, oh, the TV shows, the this, the that, they're all saying this guy, you can't work for him. What was your experience being an out?
I just didn't like it there. That was the only thing I like overall.
Why?
I just felt like I didn't fit into the situation. I feel like I just was a completely different. It's like I just came from like a very free spirited place, like the small, like having to wear knee braces at practice. I'm like, I didn't ever do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just stuff that like even like I like playing for Bill Belichick, like, you know, going to the meetings and doing everything. I didn't like my position coach because he didn't know nothing about defense. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
defensive ends or nothing like that. You know, so but overall, my experience with the Patriots was a good experience. Like I said, I just wasn't used to like living in the country and all that type of shit. Like people don't know, man. Like playing for New England, bro. Like you, like few of y'all lived in Boston, but everything else around New England is like, oh my God, where am I? Like I never ain't nowhere to eat. I'm just like,
Hey,
where's
there's Dunkin' Donuts.
I'm like, where am I? But I don't know. I feel like I was in Pleasantville or something, man. I was just like, bro.
What made Pete Carroll more free spirited?
Well, Pete didn't really like bother us that much about certain things. You know what I'm saying? It was just like you do your job, come to work. It was more like team type thing, and then like, and every team I ever been on, the defensive line was the most like one of the most important parts of the team.
100%. You guys were the best.
Yeah, so like whatever is like that, like in New England, I feel like it's more about the secondary and the linebackers. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a linebacker, like you outside linebacker, you got more opportunities than a front defensive lineman, like a 3-4 defensive lineman.
Yeah.
But I do think if I'd have went to New England like starting off, then it would have been completely different. I think I would have like fit in way more because that would have been the system that I know.
Yeah.
And then I feel like with Bill Belichick and my skill set, I could have been really good in that system. But where I was at, like just coming from Philly, like it was more like, well, line up wide and just
go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was never nothing about the plays. I like the plays that was called. Like I just like it's like the teammates in New England were super great. You know, all the guys, it was super fun to hang out with. It was just always fun in the locker room. But I was just like the team was completely different. Yeah.
It's a different place to play.
It's completely different. It reminds me of like a college town kind of like
Yeah.
we play at 1:00 and it's like very, you know, corn on the cob type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's going on? Like, yeah, corn on the cob.
Whole town shuts down.
Yeah, whole town shuts down. It's just like, but
were the practices different? Because I felt like he practiced us hard.
he did practice us hard in a situation completely different because I also too didn't like I got hurt in New England like at the beginning of the training camp and like I broke my collarbone. So I basically was there. And that's probably was too why I was also just like, man, like they want me to play 3-4 and I can't even lift my fucking right arm. Like if it was my left arm, I'd be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But not my right arm. Like it's the one that I actually need. The left one I could have did without, you know what I'm saying? I could have like made it work. But it was like the right one, like my collarbone still sticking out right there.
AC joint.
Yeah, it was just gone. You know, I couldn't lift my arm up the whole time I was there.
I dealt with those. Those are the worst.
Yeah, especially
your shoulders go. You can't grab. You can't catch.
Like, and trying to hold up another lineman at 3-4, like
at 320 pounds, and that guy's a force. Like the shoulder. I remember shoulders always go with the big boys because they're sitting in there locking in. And there's so much goddamn pressure in between both 300 and 300 pound or two, whatever.
Yeah.
Like if a guy loses a shoulder, linemen were done.
Yeah, and then I remember I didn't cuss the coach out, but I said something that was, it sounded like I was cursing him out, but I didn't curse him out.
Yeah, you're just loud.
I said a curse word, but the way I said it, he took it the wrong way. But I remember Bill calling me and was like, "Hey, Michael, can't have you doing that. Look, I want you to come in, but." Yeah, it's not. It's in. If you look in the handbook, page 338.9, you can't do that. You know, I'm like, let me look at 38.9. Yeah, he says it can't do that. So I'm gonna have to fine you, and you're gonna have to stay home this week. See you on Monday. Get some rest and be ready to go when you come back. I'm like, damn, Bill. That's not how.
That's exactly. He brought out the number and everything. Yes, chapter 6, 30. Yeah.
I remember when I came to New England, I was like, man, I want a couple more million or whatever. And then Bill was like, well, tell me why you need more. And I was like, this. He's like, okay, let me think about it. You know what I'm saying? But he's really like a type of person that if you give him like, he's really a numbers person. You know what I mean? Like it really comes down to like what you doing, how you doing it, why are you coming through? Like, and he kind of like going into his office is like, you know, you learn a lot. Even being at the Patriots meeting, like they never really like in Seattle, they never really called out like Russell on certain things, but like you know, like, but Bill will call Tom out on everything. How's a guy who's been the MVP 4 times, has won the championship 6 times, throw this fucking route right here? It's like you have never seen it before, Tom. It's like, and you just back there like, damn, he going off on Tom Brady right now.
Let you know everyone's on limits.
Yeah. And I remember the first meeting in preseason and OTAs or something, and Bill came in there. And he had like the little paper and he like dropped. And it was like one of those things where it was like, I think he was just setting the stage to tell everybody, if you question me, shut the fuck up. But basically, because he was like, here's my credentials. Basically, it was like 7 times, like it was just going down the red. It was like 20 years of winning this, like 17 deep. You remember it was like all the stats of all the things. And you were like, it's like, so I know what I'm talking about. And I was like, yeah, he does. He like, that's it right there. He right. He know. Hey, if we listen to him, so like I had a good time there. But like I said, I just didn't fit into the defense at the time because it was kind of changing.
Yeah, I loved having you in there because I was real close with Marty, and you were kind of like a little Marty-ish to me, but I didn't get to see you in everyday meeting. But I'd always jive with you in the locker room because we'd always, defense, offense. We're kind of different teams, but Bill would address the team for 50 minutes, 45 minutes every morning, the whole team.
Yeah.
Which is probably different than anywhere you else have been in either.
Yeah.
Like he'd break down offense, defense, special teams in front of everyone. So everyone heard the lashings of everyone else.
Yeah.
Just so like when you're walking down the hall.
Everybody got it. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, yeah, you knew like that meeting there was really cool. And so I enjoyed myself there.